Hey, brother, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance your marriage is in trouble. Maybe there's talk of divorce or separation. Whatever the case, it's not good. And you know that if something doesn't change drastically, it's done and you don't want it to be done. There's a good chance that you feel hopeless or disappointed or angry. What you know is that you're at the end of your rope. And if that's where you are, I'm so glad that you're watching this video because I think we can help. My name's Chad Dorr, and I say that I think we can help because I've been where you are. For years, upwards to a decade, I was in a marriage that, for all intensive purposes, was dead. My wife was cold and distant and many times had mentioned divorce. I was frustrated. More than anything, I was disappointed. I knew that that's not what I had signed up for, but I refused to quit. And I chose to believe what God said about my marriage. I chose to love and honor my wife even when it hurt, even when I was in pain. And I also partnered with a group of men, brothers, who committed to walk this thing out with me. And today I can um, happily say that my marriage is as alive as it has ever been. It's unrecognizable. God had broke through. He has broke through and brought what was dead back to life. And our marriage is ablaze. We are as good and as healthy as we have ever been. Was it easy? No, but it was absolutely worth it. And that's why I'm glad that you're watching this video and considering joining our community, because I believe that we can help. Can I save your marriage? No. But what I can give you is the skills and the mindset that positioned me to receive the breakthrough that I longed for in my marriage, that you can have as well with those same skills and mindsets. I can give you faith and a hope and a confidence that your marriage is not too far gone. I want to give you everything that I have, everything that I am, to see your marriage not only survive, but thrive. So, what's inside this community? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Number one, there's invaluable training that will begin to transform the way that you see yourself, the way that you see your wife, the way that you see marriage. There's so much we have to learn to be the men that God has called us to be and that our wives need us to be. But frankly, there's a lot that we need to unlearn. And so we are uploading new content all the time. There's so much that I want to share with you, and you'll have access to that. There's also practical resources, whether that's a 7-day roadmap, whether it's prayers that you can begin to pray today for your marriage, or declarations or assessments that will help you to get a handle on where you're at. You'll have access to all of those resources. You'll have access to the brotherhood, just the community of men who, like yourself, are fighting for their marriage. And I can promise you that that right there is worth the price of admission. You and I will have a one-on-one onboarding call where we'll get really clear on what the challenges are that you are facing. And you will also have access to the group calls that we'll have on an ongoing weekly basis, and you'll have access to the archives as well. At the end of the day, what you'll have access to as well is just hope and a belief, a confidence that you can partner with God and this community to begin to change and save your marriage. We're offering a 7-day trial to this community to allow you to come in, take it for a test drive. 100% of the resources that I just mentioned, you will have access to. At the end of that 7 days, you will get to determine if it's worth it. If it is, lock in and let's go. And if not, take all the resources that you can and there's no strings attached. We just want to see you win. We want your marriage to not only survive, but we want it to thrive. And you may be asking, well, is this really going to work? And I would ask you a question. If you woke up tomorrow and for the first time in a long, long time, you actually had hope and a belief that your marriage could be resurrected from the dead, if you had practical things that you could actually do that felt like you were moving the needle, and you had a group of men who were committed to running alongside you and helping in whatever way that they could, that you're no longer alone, how would you feel? I know we can help. You may be asking, well, Chad, is my marriage too far gone? And I would say, absolutely not. God specializes in bringing dead things to life. He did it for me. I'm confident that he can do it for you. I don't care what she has done. I don't care what you have done. Everybody's story is different, but I know that God desires to resurrect your marriage. So what are you waiting for? Click the link, start your trial, dive in today, and let's partner with you to see your marriage restored. You maybe have heard me mention God and faith and belief and hope, and you may be asking, Chad, do I need to be a Christian to be in this group because I'm not that close to God, or I don't know God like that? And I would say no. However, I do need you to understand that as I see it, marriage was God's idea. And if we have any hope in restoring your marriage and bringing dead things to life, we will lean into Him and we will do it as He has laid out for us in the Bible. So we will take this from a biblical kingdom perspective. And you don't have to be a Christian. We will introduce you to Jesus. We will introduce you to biblical concepts, and we will run together. And if you're okay with that, jump on in. And if you're not, that's okay. There's a lot of programs out there that will take a different approach. All I know is what Jesus did for my marriage. It was dead, but now it is alive. So what are you waiting for? Click the link, start your 7-day trial. I'll see you on the inside.